multiple reports from North St. Louis County residents of a strange noise.
Yeah, the source of that noise is still unclear, and they brought their complaints to Contact 2's Mike Colombo.
That's loud.
Something strange is happening worldwide. Insane sounds coming from the sky were heard in various places simultaneously, similar to the way the Christian's holy book said that at the end of times, we'd hear sounds like a trumpet in the sky.
A lot of us have heard our parents and grandparents say we're in our last days. Is the end actually near, meaning end of the world? Multiple videos of horn sounds coming from the sky.
Hold on a moment. Could this be the end of the world? Or is there another explanation for this phenomenon? Did you hear them, and you're here to confirm your suspicions? Join me as we dive into the mysterious and terrifying sounds heard all around the world. Chapter 1. The Strange Sound. Residents northeast of Oklahoma City claimed a loud, chilled noise kept them awake all night. And the craziest part is that no one knew where the sound was coming from. Eyewitnesses reported that it all started with flashes of lightning, and then, a few seconds later, a loud boom, followed by eerie, loud sounds. This is 2024, and we might be at the end of the world. These eerie sounds were recorded in many places around the United States of America and all over the world. Suppose you go to Google now and search for sounds in the sky or something along that line. You'll see a lot of information about these sounds that different people have reported. What could be the source of this strange, striking sound? Some believe the eerie sounds could be the trumpet-like noises foretold to announce the end of the world, while others speculate that they originate on Earth and reverberate to create an illusion of coming from the sky. Additionally, some attribute the phenomenon to a natural occurrence dubbed a skysquake, akin to an earthquake. These mysterious sounds, often described as a loud boom or a trumpet-like noise, seem to originate from the sky. Imagine a booming sound without clouds in the sky large enough to generate lightning. The noise is so intense that it causes vibrations in buildings and houses, and has even been reported to create shock waves that can rattle plates. The sound of a skyquake is often compared to a cannon fire or a sonic boom. The causes of these skyquakes are varied and still largely unknown. Some scientists propose that meteors could cause them, such as coronal mass ejections, large-scale expulsions of plasma and magnetic fields from the sun's corona, gas escape, or collapsing land masses. Other theories suggest that skyquakes are the sounds of distant storms or earthquakes, although preliminary data debunks this theory. Some have even proposed quarry blasts or secret military exercises as potential causes. Still, no single theory could explain all the reported noises. According to some, sonic booms from aircraft may cause some skyquakes. Still, this explanation doesn't account for the many reports recorded before the invention of supersonic flight. A team of seismologists from the University of North Carolina recently published some theories to determine what causes these skyquakes. They concluded that skyquakes are not caused by seismic activity, which adds to their mystery. The team proposed some ideas for atmospheric phenomena, including meteors exploding above cloud cover, or the sound of a giant wave crashing being amplified by the sea. These skyquakes are considered one of our planet's top 5 air and atmospheric events, but their causes remain unknown. While there are numerous videos of skyquakes on platforms like YouTube, unfortunately, many are not real. However, we can confirm that these eerie and bizarre sounds are authentic. We can agree to call these phenomena skyquakes, but we won't just take the explanation that they are natural occurrences, hook, line, and sinker. Especially since many people have reported hearing the sonic boom sound effect in different locations worldwide, scientists keep coming up with varied explanations for each. These skyquakes have been reported in several locations around the world, including the banks of the River Ganges, the East Coast, and inland Finger Lakes of the United States, the city of Hudson, Wisconsin, the Magic Valley in south-central Idaho, the municipality of Anchorage, and south-central Alaska, Colombia, southern Canada, as well as areas of the North Sea, Japan, Finland, Australia, Italy, Ireland, India, the Netherlands, Norway, Tierra del Fuego in Argentina, the United Kingdom, Mexico, and Indonesia. In different regions, these skyquakes are known by various names. For instance, in Belgium, they're known as mist puffers, while the Italians call them brontidi. In the vicinity of Lake Seneca in the Catskill Mountains of New York, residents have long heard the Seneca guns, a phenomenon described by author James Fenimore Cooper back in 1851, as a sound resembling the explosion of a heavy piece of artillery that can be accounted for by none of the known laws of nature. The intriguing part about these sounds is that different eyewitness accounts give similar reports about these sounds. People in the United States, Canada, Costa Rica, Russia, the Czech Republic, Australia, and some other places have been puzzled by what they describe as low-frequency hums, trumpets, or horns that seem to come from the sky or from under the earth. Nobody has heard these sounds before now, which makes the phenomenon unnerving. According to eyewitnesses and samples of the sound that we can find on the internet, these noises have a groaning quality overlaid with a metallic, vibrating sound, similar to that of musical instruments in some instances. Other times, the sounds are mixed with some unclear voices. What is going on? If it was a skyquake, as some scientists claimed, why was it felt all over the world? What other signs or ripple effects prove that? At least we often see the visible effects of earthquakes here on Earth. That of the sky shouldn't make a difference. Or is there something astronauts and scientists are keeping away from us? Ensure you keep watching because this is exactly where it gets interesting with the various interpretations spreading online. Chapter 2. The possible explanation for the sounds. Well, there is some exciting backing to each of these theories. For example, if you look into the Christian's holy book, you might want to agree with those who believe the sound heralds the end of times. In the Bible, trumpet sounds emanating from the skies are mentioned in several instances. For example, when God made his presence known on Mount Sinai, and when Jesus prophesied about the end of the world. Some people are taking inspiration from these biblical texts and theorizing that the sounds heard from the sky might be similar to these biblical trumpets, signaling the end of the world, or at least something significant. However, if you critically examine the detailed explanation of what is to happen prior to and after these sounds, you will realize that the final trumpets that signify the end of the world are yet to be sound. It's uncertain whether these noises connect to those biblical stories. According to the Holy Scriptures in Matthew 24, Jesus provides a detailed account of what will transpire before the end of the world. He begins by predicting the destruction of the magnificent temple in Jerusalem. This prophecy was fulfilled when the Romans destroyed the temple in AD 70. Despite their initial intentions to preserve the temple, it caught fire during the battle and was utterly destroyed. Jesus also told his disciples about the signs that will precede the end times. He warns them about false leaders who will claim to be the Messiah and mislead people with counterfeit miracles. He also predicts that there will be ongoing wars and conflicts between nations and an increase in natural disasters such as famines, diseases, and earthquakes. Jesus forewarned his followers and told them that they would face persecution and hatred because of their faith in him. Some individuals who claim to be Christians will renounce their beliefs when confronted with adversity or persecution. Additionally, many false teachers will spread incorrect teachings, leading people away from the truth. As immorality and lawlessness increase, love and trust among people will diminish. That will occur because many will reject absolute moral standards. Despite these challenges, Jesus assures his followers that the gospel will be preached worldwide before the end comes. In response to these signs, Jesus encourages his followers to trust the Bible, which accurately predicts these events. For those who believed in the Bible, they were able to connect the recent happenings around the world to what Jesus talked about. The mysterious trumpets especially raise many questions. Some people wonder if these trumpets are signals of the end times, especially given the Bible's references to escalating wickedness before Jesus' return. There are varying beliefs about the timing of Jesus' return. Some believe it will occur before a period of distress known as the tribulation. In contrast, others think it will happen midway through or even at the end of this tribulation. The Bible provides hints about these times, but is not always clear-cut. Some people see the last trumpet mentioned in the Bible and the seventh trumpet in Revelation as the same, while others think they are separate events. The rapture is believed to be when Jesus will take his followers up to be with him. This event is said to occur before a challenging period known as the tribulation. However, when Jesus returns, it will be a completely different scenario. Unlike his first arrival, where he came in peace, riding on a gentle colt, this time, he'll return as a mighty warrior king, prepared to conquer his adversaries. The Bible, particularly in the book of Revelation, discusses this extensively. According to Revelation, Jesus will return riding a white horse, ready for battle. His eyes will be like blazing fire, and he'll have a sharp sword coming out of his mouth. He'll be accompanied by armies from heaven, all dressed in white. This time, Jesus won't be gentle. He'll judge the world with fairness and truth, and rule over all nations with strength and power. So when we talk about the second coming of Jesus, we talk about a time of immense power and majesty. It will not be like the first time Jesus came as a humble baby. This time he'll arrive as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, ready to establish his kingdom on earth. What I can pick out so far from this spiritual explanation is that some pieces tie together. Those who look at these occurrences from a religious or spiritual standpoint believe in the second coming and the events that might surround it. According to them, cosmic disruptions will signal the end of the world and the second coming of Jesus Christ, and these sounds might be one such. Also, there are other events like the solar and lunar eclipses. For example, a scripture such as Matthew 24:39, "The stars will fall from heaven," could describe various objects from deep space, like asteroids, comets, and meteorites, falling to Earth. Astronomers estimate that between 18,000 to 84,000 meteorites weighing 10 grams or more significantly impact Earth's surface yearly. Let's imagine, for a moment, that these asteroids do not make it to Earth before crashing into something. Could they be responsible for the loud noise? And could the scientists be correct when they say these sounds are from natural phenomena beyond the sky? Our only choice is to speculate and explore as many theories as possible. While thinking about Jesus coming back is thrilling, other happenings might make the religious or spiritual explanation tenable. While those strange sounds in the sky might puzzle us, we cannot be sure of their connection. Have you heard these sounds? Do you think those who see it as a signal for the end of times are right? Or do you believe it could be something more sinister, like aliens? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. But what if we tell you there's yet another thrilling explanation for these strange sounds? The explanation and supposed origin the intellectuals and historians attributed to these terrifying sounds will shock you. Chapter 3. Could this indeed be from the aliens? For the scientists, the sound indicates alien activities on planet Earth. If that is the case, what could they be doing that would cause such eerie noises? The idea that we might not be alone in the universe is exciting. Many people believe it will be impossible for us to be the only inhabitants of a reality as vast as the one we live in. So, there are many theories about aliens on other planets, parallel worlds, and other interesting phenomena. One of the most intriguing theories is the possibility of aliens visiting our planet. This theory has been prevalent among UFO enthusiasts, who often point to unexplained phenomena such as skyquakes or sky trumpets as potential evidence of alien activity. The cause of this noise, which some call skyquakes, remains a mystery. Different theories have been raised, ranging from atmospheric conditions to geological activity to military exercises to extraterrestrial involvement. It is not strange that we also have theories of possible alien connections. UFO enthusiasts often link the occurrence of anything strange to the presence of aliens on Earth. They argue that the inexplicable nature of these sounds, their global occurrence, and the lack of a definitive scientific explanation might indicate an alien spacecraft visiting our planet that possibly exploded. While this theory is intriguing, it's important to note that it is yet another theory without scientific evidence or support. We know that the search for alien life has been a long-standing endeavor for scientists. NASA, for instance, has been actively exploring and trying to understand the possibility of life on other planets. Despite these efforts, we have not yet discovered life on any other planet, nor have we seen any scientifically supported evidence for extraterrestrial life. While the idea of aliens visiting Earth is fascinating, it's crucial to approach this topic with a scientific mindset. The lack of concrete evidence means that these theories remain speculative. However, this doesn't mean the search for extraterrestrial life is futile. On the contrary, our ongoing universe exploration yields discoveries and insights about our place in the cosmos. We can't be sure whether aliens are responsible for these sounds in the sky yet, especially since other theories believe these eerie sounds can be explained as a natural phenomenon. As some claim, if these sounds can be natural, the question is, what could be the natural explanation for these sounds? Some theories suggest that these sounds result from solar plasma interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. Solar plasma, a highly charged state of matter consisting of electrons and ions, is constantly emitted by the sun. When this plasma reaches the Earth, it interacts with its magnetic field, potentially causing various phenomena. Could these interactions be the source of the mysterious sounds we hear in the sky? It's possible, but the scientific community has not reached a consensus. But that's not all. Geologists and geophysicists came up with their own explanations for these terrifying sounds that will leave you more frightened. Chapter 4. The Argument. Another theory points towards the movement of tectonic plates or a shift in the Earth's north magnetic pole as the source of these sounds. The Earth's crust is divided into several large and small pieces known as tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving, albeit very slowly, due to the movement of the semi-fluid layer beneath them, known as the asthenosphere. This movement can sometimes result in earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and perhaps the creation of these strange sounds. Similarly, shifts in the Earth's magnetic pole, which occurs over hundreds of thousands of years, could cause these sounds. If these are naturally caused, then a pertinent question arises. Why aren't there records of similar sounds in the past? In response, they claim similar sounds may have occurred before, but people didn't pay much attention to them or dismissed them due to some mundane source. With the advent of social media and the internet, people are now more connected than ever, and information about such unusual phenomena can spread quickly, leading to increased reports. Secondly, our detection and recording technologies have significantly improved over the years. Today, we have many devices capable of capturing high-quality sound. That was not the case in the past, which could explain why such sounds were not reported or recorded earlier. It's also possible that these sounds result from some recent changes in our environment or atmospheric conditions. New, previously unheard phenomena might occur as our planet undergoes various natural and artificial changes. In 2023, researchers from Sandia National Laboratories launched a solar-powered balloon to carry a microphone to the stratosphere, a region of Earth's atmosphere located approximately 31 miles, 50 kilometers, above the planet. This region is known for its calmness, being free of storms, turbulence, and commercial air traffic. This tranquility makes it an ideal location for eavesdropping on the sounds of our planet, both natural and human-made. During this particular study, the researchers stumbled upon something unexpected. The microphone started picking up strange, repeating sounds a few times per hour. These sounds were recorded in the infrasound range, meaning they were at frequencies of 20 Hz, A's, and lower, well below the range of the human ear. Daniel Bowman of Sandia National Laboratories, who was part of the research team, stated, "There are mysterious infrasound signals that occur a few times per hour on some flights, but the source of these is completely unknown." The team used devices initially designed to monitor volcanoes to gather this acoustic data from the stratosphere. These devices, known as microbarometers, are capable of detecting low-frequency sounds. Along with the expected natural and artificial sounds, the microbarometers detected these mysterious repeating infrasound signals. The sensors were carried aloft by balloons that Bowman and his fellow researchers built. These balloons, with diameters between 20 and 23 feet, 6 and 7 meters, were constructed from common and inexpensive materials. While simple, these solar-powered devices could climb to altitudes of around 70,000 feet, 13.3 miles over Earth. Despite the intriguing findings, the source of these mysterious sounds remains unknown. The discovery has sparked speculation and theories, but the scientific community is still in the dark about what could be producing these sounds. With this discovery by the Sandia National Laboratory's researchers, many people say the widely reported eerie sounds might be a louder version of these stratospheric sounds and nothing much more complicated. However, others believe that this cannot be the case. The balloons had to travel very high into the sky to pick up the sounds in the stratosphere, while these trumpet-like sounds that rocked the Earth were much louder and more emphatic. Also, they believe the composition of the sounds is different. The sounds picked up by the Sandia scientists were very low and could not be heard by humans, while the sounds from the sky sounded like trumpets. Now we've got several explanations, but without tangible proof or backing, so could these terrifying sounds be fake? Can we conclude by saying all those who heard it all around the world were having a nightmare at the same time? Chapter 5. Could they be fake? End of the world or not, natural or artificial, we can all agree that these sounds are eerie and should not be taken with levity. Yet, we must consider the possibility of all these stories being made up. The internet is a double-edged sword. While it has democratized information, making knowledge accessible to all, it has also become a breeding ground for misinformation and hoaxes. The anonymity and reach that the internet provides have made it easy for pranksters to create and disseminate false information, often for amusement or to gain viral fame. In the context of sky trumpets, it's plausible that some, if not most, of these videos are hoaxes. With today's advanced audio editing software, it's not difficult for someone with basic technical skills to manipulate sound files and overlay them onto a video. That creates an illusion of people reacting to these sounds in real time, adding to the authenticity of the hoax. While the hoax theory might explain a significant portion of the sky trumpet videos, it doesn't account for all instances. Other rational explanations suggest that these sounds could have an industrial or military origin. For example, heavy machinery, construction work, or military exercises often produce loud, resonating noises that can be mistaken for sky trumpets. A case in point is a Canadian city that experienced the sky trumpet phenomenon. After a thorough investigation, city officials concluded that the sounds were nothing more than a city worker performing maintenance on heavy equipment. The noise from the machinery, amplified by the city's acoustics, was mistaken for the mysterious sky trumpets. If these end up being hoaxes, which I strongly doubt, the sounds in the sky phenomenon will not be the first instance of false claims propagating online. The internet is full of examples of hoaxes and misinformation. A notable example is the infamous Bigfoot videos, where some claim to have captured footage of the mythical creature. Despite numerous videos and evidence, scientific consensus maintains that Bigfoot is a hoax. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is a mythical creature believed to inhabit the forests of North America. The legend of Bigfoot has its roots in various indigenous cultures, where stories of wild, hairy, man-like beasts have been passed down through generations. In the 20th century, the story of Bigfoot gained mainstream recognition, mainly due to a series of alleged sightings and the infamous Patterson-Gimlin film of 1967. This film, shot by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, purportedly shows a Bigfoot striding through a California forest. With the advent of the internet, the Bigfoot phenomenon took on a new life. The internet provided a platform for individuals worldwide to share their alleged encounters with Bigfoot, often accompanied by photos or videos. These accounts range from grainy, shaky footage of large, shadowy figures moving through the woods to detailed narratives of close encounters with the creature. Despite the evidence presented online, the scientific community largely dismisses the existence of Bigfoot. Most videos and photos have been debunked as hoaxes or misinterpretations of natural phenomena. The Patterson-Gimlin film, once hailed as the best evidence of Bigfoot's existence, has been the subject of intense scrutiny and debate. Many experts argue that the figure in the film is a man in a suit, while others point out inconsistencies in the film's story and production. Moreover, many alleged Bigfoot footprints have been revealed to be hoaxes. In 2002, Ray Wallace, a notorious prankster, passed away, and his family revealed that he had been responsible for many of the Bigfoot footprints found in the Pacific Northwest. Science has played a significant role in the Bigfoot debate. Various scientific expeditions have been conducted to find evidence of Bigfoot, employing everything from camera traps to DNA analysis. However, no convincing evidence of an unknown primate species in North America has been found. In 2012, scientists conducted a comprehensive DNA study of alleged Bigfoot hair samples. The study concluded that the samples were from known animals, such as bears and raccoons, further debunking the Bigfoot myth. Another example is the Loch Ness Monster phenomenon. Over the years, many photos and videos have surfaced claiming to show the creature. However, most of these have been debunked as hoaxes or misinterpretations of natural phenomena. The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately called Nessie, has captured the world's imagination for decades. This creature, said to live in the depths of Scotland's Loch Ness, has been the subject of countless photos, videos, and eyewitness accounts. Stories about this monster date back to ancient times, with St. Columba's earliest recorded sighting in 565 AD. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that Nessie became a subject of public interest. The infamous surgeon's photograph of 1934, allegedly showing the monster's head and neck, sparked worldwide interest and turned Nessie into a global sensation. Powered by the internet, the Loch Ness Monster sightings gained new momentum. The internet provided a platform for people worldwide to share their alleged encounters with Nessie, often accompanied by photos or videos. These accounts range from blurry images of unidentifiable shapes in the water to more detailed depictions of a creature resembling a plesiosaur. However, just like the Bigfoot case, most of these claims of Loch Ness Monster sightings have been debunked as hoaxes. The surgeon's photograph, once considered the best evidence of Nessie's existence, was revealed to be a hoax in the 1990s. It turned out to be a toy submarine outfitted with a sea serpent head. Many other photos and videos have been explained away as sightings of regular objects or animals, such as logs, birds, or otters. In some cases, the alleged sightings were only digital manipulations or pranks. Science has also played a significant role in debunking the Loch Ness Monster myth. Various scientific expeditions have been conducted to find Nessie, employing everything from sonar scans to DNA sampling. However, none have found convincing evidence of a large, unknown creature inhabiting Loch Ness. In 2019, a team of scientists conducted a comprehensive DNA survey of Loch Ness. While they found no evidence of a giant marine reptile, they did discover an unusually high amount of eel DNA, which led to the theory that Nessie's sightings might be giant eels. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster endures. That can be attributed to the human fascination with the unknown and the allure of a good mystery. The idea of a prehistoric creature lurking in the depths of a Scottish lake captivates the imagination. It fuels the tourism industry around Loch Ness. Could this be true about the sounds from the sky? Could they be a hoax? These sounds from the sky are an intriguing phenomenon, but it's essential to approach it, as well as similar occurrences, with a rational mindset. We all know that the internet doesn't discriminate. As it is useful for sharing helpful videos like the one you're watching now, it is also a platform for misinformation and hoaxes. Therefore, we must constantly question, investigate, and seek credible sources before accepting any phenomena at face value, especially one of these kinds of scale. As the saying goes, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. From terrifying theories of the end of times to theories of natural phenomena, artificial events, or even hoaxes, many people have given different explanations for these sounds from the sky. The only thing we are sure of about these sky quakes is that nobody is sure of their origin. We are all making guesses at this point. Educated guesses, wild guesses, whatever it is, the bottom line is that strange occurrences defy our understanding as humans. Maybe we'll find answers to these bizarre phenomena when technology advances. For now, we'll marvel at these happenings and keep trying to understand them. Thanks for watching another episode of Beyond Discovery. While you're still here, check out the other videos you see on your screen.